So it's not much. But yeah, just every time you're back in town, just buy as many arrows as you can.
I really don't like that the retired drakes end up having what looks like a tombstone.
I wish they looked more
I wish
lively.
I wish that they planted themselves and then became just a little tree or shrub, even if the face is no longer...
Yeah. And if you could see them yawn every once in a while and, like, shift. Because the other thing I'm noticing is that it is just a grave marker. I wish the retired ones, the retired, like, visual for them still had their fronds and whatnot that would, like, flow in the breeze. And they just looked peaceful as opposed to dead.
Or if they planted themselves in the ground and their fronds had flowers.
Yeah.
So then you would just have a field of flowers. Which I suppose isn't too different from a grave site, but... Do you want to go to the next island?
Yep.
It looks like food and everything is fine so far.
Oh, by the way, there's a schematic on Cranberry Springs. You want to see if you can find it in whatever we missed?
Cranberry Springs? Where is that?
It's the third island. Oh, drop a marker. There you go. That's Cranberry Springs.
Where?
If you check the map.
What does a marker look like? Oh, there?
Should be a giant W on the map.
I see it. Really? There's a schematic there?
Yeah. See, the edges got all blurry again. They get blurry when you're on an infested island.
Oh, that makes sense.
Which is not great. I don't like it, but as you clear the infestation...
It clears up.
It clears up, so it's not as bad. And by the way, go hog wild with dowsing rods for at least a little while. And yeah, there's 2 drakes on this island when you inevitably get here. Back, you filthy dag.
There's a lot of creatures here.
Yeah, holy damage. I think I have the damage perk running too. I want to get the damage perk and the attack speed perk. And I might get rid of ammo scrounger for the attack speed. I'm like an ammo scrounger, but...
Seems to be behind me, but where?
Oh right, you can block in this game. I totally forgot about that. So you do see the marker, right? You found it?
Yeah, I see the marker, but the... Where are
There's
the
no waypoint there?
Oh, there it is. Here's the schematic. Got it.
Hey, thank you. Waypoint is gone. And so when you get to this island, I got 2 drakes for you to find.
Okay, sure.
I've already cleared out most of the area. I've even found the drakes, but I figure you get more fun out of picking them up than I do. So I'll let you pick them up.
I just like seeing them pop up out of the ground and go, oh, hello. Oh no, I don't like all the trucks. Okay, there we go. I finally found a...
If they bother
rain. Well, it's just that there are so many...
Dead ends? If
dead ends,
they bother you, I think you can disconnect them. I think they're emptied out. Okay. Well, we're getting there.
Ooh, this is a giant... Can I take on the giant plume on my own?
Yeah, go for it. Just start smacking it.
Feral nest.
Looks like there's 2 on this island. But yeah, it'll just routinely put out dudes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not really that big of a deal. Like, at this point, we are grossly overpowered compared to most things that we're fighting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of infestation here. Ether level 9. 7. It'd be nice to see more trains being built. Trains are definitely underutilized.
Oh, you mean like in real life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd agree. Trains are just comfortable. I would love to see faster trains in the US. Just as a, you know, go fast, be comfy, get there in about the same time as it would take to take a plane. You know, maybe not quite as much, but still.
Oh,
Rich
oh,
chance.
this one's so pretty. I like the pinks and the greens. So,
That's-
Knocklet, Opportunist, Crit Chance. Should I up Crit Chance or eh? I don't know how effective Crit Chance is. We'll see.
Currently, 5% is okay. I'm assuming it gets up to 30%, which at that point, that's worth it. I think I prefer consistency. So, Chelle.
Yeah.
The other one is over there, on the other side of the telephone pole.
Oh, okay. Island is cleared. There's just that wolf.
I don't have to care about chip damage anymore. It's so nice.
So it's this lone telephone pole? Which one?
Yeah, it's on the other
so
side.
Many.
Just look around. It's on the, it's on... Just open up the map, actually. It tells you vaguely where it is, and then from there you'll be able to see it. Let's see, how can I get early access to the game? You can get it on Xbox, or you can wait for the PC version to come out. They're still ironing out bugs. I don't know what those bugs are. We haven't encountered them yet.
Aside from loading in, initially there'd be some issues, but...
Yeah, we had a couple of, like, weird bits with multiplayer, but it is currently only available to content creators on PC.
And let's see. Oh,
Peep.
this one
craft
actually
efficiency.
Yeah, this one actually has a little flower at the top and some... It looks very thistly.
You know, I just realized these things are straight up just,
This one's a fluorite. I don't know if we'd ever gotten a fluorite before.
Don't know, you might be able to level it up a bunch.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Age
If you are a
shortcut.
content creator, you can always send the developers an email. But you should know that.
Give crystal. Let's see.
Looks like we're gonna have to really take a bit of a...
This one's so purple. I love them. Okay. See you later. Pleep beat? Pleep peep?
Ooh.
What's up? Also, anything on this island? Note-wise? No, just a supply truck. Oh, you already made it to the next island.
It's filled with bad boys.
Yeah, I'll come over.
It's okay. Raids are considerably less spooky than they used to be.
Well, you're not dealing with a raid at this point, right?
Well,
You're dealing with
sorry,
an
the
ambush?
mini raids.
Mm-hmm.
However you want to describe those.
So this looks like another farmstead.
Yep. Yeah, another farmstead, another big farm. There we go. There's a lot of big boys fighting this one. Ooh, ball bearings.
Anything upstairs at this place? I'll take a look. No? Doesn't seem to be. I like how that house is purple. You don't really see many purple houses.
Yeah. Was it my hometown that had a really pretty purple house? I think it was.
Yeah. I mean, you see them once in a blue moon. But there are such things as purple houses.
Oh.
I find that the most common color for houses tends to be grays, browns, whites. Sometimes you get reds. Or even like a pale green. But blues. People like blue.
I'm gonna leave you to this island.
Okay.
It looks like there's no trucks. And there might not even be any more loot. Yeah, there's 0 loot. So... Really?
There's still a lot of the infestation is still...
Yeah, I'm
quite
shocked to hear there's no loot left.
It's very open and plain. There doesn't seem to be much for wildflowers.
Yeah. There's a whole house here. Did you clear the house out or no?
I haven't gone in the house.
Yeah. No notes. No loot. Bupkis.
It might just be the generation, like the pre-generation, or whatever you call it, the random generation.
Yeah. Well, have fun smacking those. So Chelle?
Yeah?
I am going to, I'm going to rip up the network.
Okay.
And what I was going to say is...
Oh, wait. What am I supposed to do?
Go to the next island. Just start...
You just want me to ether stone away to the next island?
Do you know how many of those we've accrued?
Yeah, we've crafted tons of them. That's true. If you think you've gotten all the materials that you need.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still a lot of infestation. Oh, here it is. Quite a bit of it. This is just an extensive island.
This regen perk is quite good.
What is? Oh, the regen?
The regen perk? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's nice when you don't have to worry about your health quite as much.
Ow.
I find it interesting because of the flame damage, how I will hit something, it darts away, but then it dies.
I stopped using that after a certain point, because unfortunately it doesn't do a percentage. If
it
that
just
makes
is
sense.
a flat amount.
Yeah, and so it's like, what, 100 now?
So I can probably replace it.
Yeah, so you'd probably want attack speed, or attack
Crit.
damage, or both. Or crit.
I have
once we've
attack
maxed
damage,
crit out.
and I have ammo, and I have regeneration currently. In addition to the flames.
Let's see. Is it better to email devs instead of tweeting at them? Depends on the dev. I find email tends to be the more polite option, the more professional version.
Yeah, because if you're tweeting at them, it's a kind of public thing. Where you're...
Yeah, and often their Twitter DMs are absolutely full.
Or some people turn them off. Because they don't want to get...
It's too much. Yeah. So, I will DM a couple of my PR people because no one knows about them. But it will very rarely DM, like, developers themselves. Because they're usually pretty busy, and I'm sure they're getting just as many DMs from just random schmucks. Being like, give me key! And so when I say give me key, I just blend in. Though it varies. I send an email off to...
But also, write something a lot more eloquent than that.
Yeah. I have only ever done that to one PR person. I once jokingly said, "Give me key," to whoops. Well, no, actually, that's fine. To D-Mart because I figured he'd totally understand, and he did.
There is a chest
Yep.
out there.
Oh, chest. I thought you were reacting to the dag.
There's always those. Ugh. Just barking. Hate it. Okay.
Just an endless cycle. Really, Wander? Look, I met the guy in person. He bought me drinks. I figure I can goof a little bit and be like, "Give me key."
Widow's Point.
Stuff. Oh, it's just glitched out weird stuff that doesn't actually exist. Hey, thank you, Gino Gray, for the sub. Welcome. How you doing? Give key, please.
Oh, I got another plain T-shirt. It's a dark blue one, like a navy blue. I get all the clothes. I don't get it.
I was kind of hoping they'd have more wild outfits. Like, if the further we went in this game, we'd get more like,
So far, there
fantasy...
are recolors of all the ones that we've been able to acquire from the start. With the exception of shorts and different shoes.
Let's see. Wonder, how often did devs reach out to you to try games versus you emailing them to ask to try the game? Depends a little bit on who's handling PR. A lot of devs nowadays have a PR company that actually does the work for them, which means...
They put you on a list and automatically email you.
Yeah. So, years ago, I had to ask everyone always, and it was time-consuming. But that is slowly dropped off, and so now I
Actually,
use...
you're complaining now that you get too many emails.
Yes. My
And
problem
sometimes,
is...
yeah.
I get a lot of emails from developers that, like, very clearly are just starting out, have not made games before, and they will send me a key and say, like, hey, you know, we just made this game, but we're not getting a whole lot of traction. Please cover it. And their game's been out for, like, a year and has 2 reviews on Steam, and I'm just like, I can't... I could maybe help you if it looks good enough, but most of the time, it's super obvious they didn't hire an artist and didn't have much for, like, base art skills. And I don't want to be dismissive because that's rude.
Why are you specifically talking about the art, though?
Because visuals matter a lot when it comes to
So you're
the game.
saying that these games don't look good appearance-wise?
Yeah, and I can easily just deal with it if the game is great. What's a good example of a game that looked ugly, played great? There's a couple of roguelikes like that-ish. Runers was a game that I thought looked absolutely atrocious, but... oh wow, Plepeep is real pretty. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Well, we just love purple.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of games that were amazing that didn't have great art, and the answer is maybe I just don't remember them that well.
Art is really important, and it pains me so much that people really downplay artists and besmirch them. Like, they always say, "Oh, you're an artist," or you know, one thing or another, and art is really important.
Chelle, you wanna maybe come back? Dwarf Fortress is a decent one. Yeah, we'll go with that. I guess you can stay there. Here, I can level up, I can retire flip it. Should I, or should I wait for you?
I mean, it's the same animation and stuff, right?
Yeah. Here, I'll leave the new ones to you when you come back.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to level him up because he gives the lucky drops.
Yeah. He was with us from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hey.
I found a note on this island from the evil mason. And aside from some wildflowers and stuff, that's the last of it on this island.
Okay, so
I
there's
might
gonna
go.
be.
Should I
Why don't you make
I
a
read the
warp
note, or
stone
do you
and
want
come back
me
to me?
to? Hmm?
Oh, is it one of the crazy dudes?
It's one of the crazy dudes.
Let's see. I'll. Where are you?
I'm up on this island. That's the problem. It's
Why
gonna
don't you
be...
read it? You're
Okay.
pretty far from me.
A page from the Journal of Noble Mason. To fall across the hollow. The hour was late. We followed, mile after mile, by fading torchlight. Round the devil's hour, the trail ran cold and an eerie mist crept in. We strove onward, hearing voices, unwittingly passing some liminal divide. And so lost, we entered the invisible world. So in their pursuit of Sarah, the Mason and his hunting party got here too. Oh, wow.
Shoot.
Is there another chest on that church? But how will I get onto it? That church doesn't look like it's awfully sunken in enough. Maybe I'll see from the other side. But I'm gonna go to the northernmost island. I figure if I can clear that out, then we won't have to go back.
Sounds good to me.
There is a truck there, from what I'm seeing, though. But you probably want to build just a line that goes straight north. Loon Marsh.
Let's see.
Having regeneration is so handy. I can already see my health starting to replenish itself. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
You just seem awfully quiet. Are you just doing management?
Yeah. I am. So we were running low on food. Like real low on food?
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
And so I'm hooking it all back up. I added 2 more lobster pens and 1 more gross water things. Oh, connection point. What? Oh. Each of these can only connect to so many things power-wise. Okay, there we go.
I really love the ammunition conservation, because I just
Now
don't
you
use
actually
ammo.
have enough arrows?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is
There
a
we go.
highly infested island. I'm getting a lot of crystals here.
Let's see. That's good. All right. So now hopefully our food situation is somewhat independent of farms. Because, yeah, we've been relying on farms maybe a little bit too much. And that's causing issues. Okay. So I'm going to hook some things up.
Ooh, I got a runic quartz. That looks nice.
Sup, nerd? I got the big hammer and you do not. Oh. Am I without an upgrade? Damn, that's weird. Oh, maybe I lost my lucky perk and I gotta pick it back up again.
Oh, from the statue?
Yeah. Yep, didn't have the lucky buff. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Thanks, Wanderbots, for playing so many good games. My friends and I are planning on buying this as soon as it comes out on PC. We'll have fun. This is...
It's a lot of fun. I really like
Yeah.
the mandrakes.
As soon as they add the sandbox mode, I will probably bug the Wholesome Verse and be like, yo, 4-man?
Hmm.
Was that a huh? As
That
in,
was
like,
that was a hmm.
as am I not good enough for you? I think it's one of those that you wouldn't be interested in playing this 4-man, let alone sandbox mode. But like, this is one of those sandbox games that I'd actually be willing to play a second time around just because it's kind of fun just wandering around, collecting stuff, leveling drakes, and so on and so forth. So I honestly would not mind doing like a bigger group of it.
I mean, the thing about, yeah, I play games for story, so for
Yeah.
me, the campaign is perfect.
At some point, I might still try and get you and my brother to play like 7 Days to Die or something, because I think that could be really fun. Alright, let's see. So, did you... Oh, you finished off Widow's Point, so you're up north.
Yeah, I'm just directly north, but there is at least one truck up here. 2 trucks.
Yeah, I see them.
So you might actually want to dismantle all the waypoints and come
Already
up to
did.
these islands. Actually, you're on the Grove, apparently. I don't know
Yep.
if I've ever been to that island.
Nope, you haven't. I feel like this game would be better in a sandbox. I mean, I think it is sandbox right now. Like, the story mode
There's just
itself
an objective, but the objective is very thin.
Yeah.
And the lore is very thin and sparsely placed.
And hard to find?
Yeah, there's a schematic here, but there's no notes really.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have played nearly as much of this solo. I might have played it solo anyway, but I definitely wouldn't have nearly as much fun.
Right, trying to find that schematic. Oh, I'm not done with the island yet. Ah, there it is, hiding on the rock. Schematic. So it's at Aether level 1. I'm just going to use one of the dowsing tools. I'll see what I can see. Where is the last of the corruption? I actually don't see it. Weird.
Let's see. Wander, since when did you join a network and why? I've actually been part of a network ever since I had monetization. Originally YouTube required it.
Yeah, they give you some additional legal protections, and then there's also, what was it, better ad revenue?
Yeah. And a couple of perks. So specifically, my network sent me the new Avengers game, which, admittedly, I haven't actually played yet. And I
Yeah,
should.
that's the thing. like what we were talking about before with the emails, being part of a network means that they might have connections.
Yeah, and admittedly, like, my Square Enix contact had reached out to send it as well, but I was kind of tepid on it, and then my network was like, hey, by the way, just send this contact and we'll give you, or sign this thing. It wasn't even sign this thing, it was just say, like, I agree to the terms and conditions or something, and we'll just give you a key, and it's like, I like that. That works so much better for me. Yeah, part of the reason why I haven't played is because Square Enix has this goofy thing that is, I'm gonna say, like, maybe an overreaction to the
FTC stuff.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
where you have to reiterate, like, the developers gave this to me, but according...
You have to disclose a sponsorship-ish. I wouldn't... I suppose that they pay you through access to the game for free?
Yeah,
I don't know.
They effectively gave me the thing for free, therefore that is enough to be considered like a conflict of interest on the FTC's perspective, which, you know what? I'll bite. That is kind of true. But it's one of those where it's like, somebody gives me something for free, I don't consider that a sponsorship, and I don't let it tinge my views. I guess I'm more critical of games that I had to buy because I'm usually somewhat critical of the developers for being bad at PR.
Last two infested bits are right here.
But so, I used to be part of Curse, which is also called the Union for Gamers, but as far as I know, they're not a network.
They don't really
just in
do
name
much
only.
anymore.
Yeah, well, they never really did much. I was just part of them because they gave the best cut.
I thought that Curse, didn't they have other platforms, or what were they?
Well, Curse used to be a separate thing. There was like a modding site that started dabbling in having a YouTube network, which is fine. And then they got bought out by Amazon, and now they've gotten bought out by somebody else.
Really?
Like, they've just been kind of passed around a couple of times. And
well, they also hadn't contacted you in years.
Ever. I'd asked them a question because I was having issues with copyright over one game or another, and they pretty much said, we can't help you, and it's like, okay.
Maybe it was just like a music thing. Yeah.
No, it was definitely like, it was a game, and it was having, I don't know. One way or another was not a big ask, and they did literally nothing, and I was like, okay. I guess I get it. Is this all hooked up? It should be.
Oh yeah, I still haven't found a way to get onto that church.
Let's see. And
'Cause I
so...
think-
Oh. You can keep going if you had something
I was just
to
thinking the
say.
church might require the line so that you can be tall enough to get on top of the roof.
Yeah. Oh, we
And
got
you're
a
building
raid
it.
in 7 minutes. That's not a big deal. And then we lost power and lost about the last half hour to full hour of progress. So, yeah, things might be a little bit different when we come back. Oh well.